Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is Billy Intruder, and welcome back to Fallout 76 Wastelanders, where last time we met the two new factions of West Virginia, and offered them completely for free life-saving vaccinations that would stop them from turning into zombies, and for some reason they made me do work for them before they were willing to accept the free medication. So what can you flippin' do, eh? And today, we're going to go investigating the brand new Vault 79 and the mysterious definitely not gold that's inside it. Which, curiously, is apparently going to take us all the way back to Morgantown and Vault Tech University, which, yes indeed, you generally visit at a very low level. In fact, there's someone who's level 11, there's someone who's level 5. So, yeah, this is a very low level area you visit very early on in the game, so... I'm guessing there's going to be a whole secret new wing to the university or something. Because yeah, there's also a secret vault under the university. It's not used for much, but I'm wondering whether maybe that's been fleshed out a little bit. And yes indeed, we're going in this door. I can't remember whether this used to be a door or not, because there was definitely always a door over there, but the quest markers say not that door, so I'm guessing this is a brand new area. No, actually. I remember this area. This is upstairs to the office where you can get information about, what's her face? Ooh, robots. Okay, your new mind. No, hold still for a second. Just hold still. Just hold on for 1 second, please, Mr. Police Bot. Okay, level 30 to 50 bots. That's definitely not what I was expecting to see here.
You think the students never noticed who comes and goes?
It does not matter what you may have seen or heard before you graduated, overseer. That is not my concern. Oh, I see one of your residents has arrived. Come here. We need to discuss this ridiculous request of yours.
Okay, I like Professor Bot. He's wearing a tiny, beautiful little hat thing. Okay, before we do that, though, you need to go down, and yes, this pistol does the job very nicely. Just make sure we're not interrupted during our conversation. Hello over there. Okay, level 8 or whatever. That's more what I was expecting to see. Possibly, this area is, yeah, remaining low level for the most part, but a higher level in this building just to keep people, you know, out of this area until they're ready for it. But yeah, this place used to be full of Scorch. Now it's entirely robots by the looks of it. Ah, but hang the flip on here. The vault. The vault that used to be empty, just a handful of terminals. Now I'm seeing a whole bunch of, in fact, a ludicrous number of markers down there. Right, so what's the new story going on here, Chief Robinson?
Oh, I'm sorry. Simulation is still being set up. Maybe you should talk to Professor Bot.
Ah, I'm guessing this vault's about to be used for something. So speak to Professor, he's going to insist we do something retraining in the vault. Okay, we're going into some form of vault experiment here, love it. Now this here is precisely what I was hoping to see in Wastelanders, which is taking those areas that had, you know, potential to be really good Fallout stories in the base version, and then redressing them, turning them into something much more interesting. So, okay, Professor Bot, impress me. What do you need me to do down in the vault?
The overseer mentioned there would be more people coming.
And yes, indeed, the restricted wing. How do we get in there?
Assuming there even is a restricted section, and I am not verifying that, neither of you have Vault-Tech University credentials.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the Overseer does. She graduated from here. And yes, indeed, why can't we use those?
Faculty and staff determine who goes where in this university, not former students.
I might be the only human being connected to this place that's still alive. My authority doesn't override yours?
No, it does not. And for the record, I was the dissenting opinion on fast-tracking your overseer assignment. You are not pushing your way through me.
Okay, interesting. So I'm guessing, yes, something with the test vault to prove we're good enough overseers.
There is one thing I need. A new graduating class. Unfortunately, your overseer has already passed the final exam, but you could take it.
You mean the vault simulation? That's ridiculous. All the professors are gone. The vaults have already been assigned.
My programming dictates that this university's purpose is to produce graduates, and I intend to follow the rules. Unlike some people, the simulation will be run by the Mr. Handy janitorial staff. It is an experimental protocol, but you will find they are more than up to the task.
Alright, so how precisely does this work? Am I pretending to be the overseer? Am I pretending to be a vault dweller?
You will be given a scenario that you need to accomplish in the vault simulation area. The handies will play as the residents you need to oversee.
Okay, this sounds hilarious. Let's flipping go.
Glad we agree. In this test scenario, your vault has divided into factions. You must resolve the conflict any way you see fit. Your chief of security will fill you in on the details. Good luck.
I'm not familiar with this test scenario. Professor Bott must have come up with it on his own.
Okay, that's fair enough. It's a Fallout game, so typically when there's factions, there's going to be various solutions, or alternatively, we just murder everyone. Okay, Robinson, fill me in on what we're doing here, because, aha, that over there by the Luxie of it is presumably the... wait. No, this is the Overseer's office, right? I think this is the Overseer's office. Yes, there we go. Because these are the people who are trying to break into the final room. Yeah, when this guy basically just locked himself inside. I'll be taking your flipping telephone, thank you. So yeah, okay. Up there would logically be like engineering or something. So might need to fight our way past some robots to get to some better tech to sort this out more peacefully. Like, or at least, you know, when I say peacefully, by shooting hostile robots, not friendly bots who are pretending to be people.
You the new overseer? Heck of a boiling pot you're stepping into. Little tiff between the engineers and the med staff is ready to blow.
Aha, here we flippin' go. So, okay, give me the full situation report here. But, actually no, we're going to do this dramatically. Fear not, noble security guard. Your overseer is here.
I don't quite know how to respond to that. Getting back to it. There was a reactor leak. Kellerman, head engineer's apprentice, rushed in to fix it. Poor kid got a full dose of rads.
Okay, fair enough. Sounds like he did his job, to be perfectly honest.
That's not the worst of it. Dr. Loris, head of the medical team, refused to send in help. Quarantined the reactor area so nobody died trying to go in there. Head engineer Brass accused the doctor of murder. Then, a couple days later, people noticed that one of the doctor's assistants, Estella, was missing. Everyone thinks it's a revenge killing. An eye for an eye.
Okay, fascinating. So, what do you think? No, he doesn't think anything. This is a robot engaging in a test scenario. Instead, yeah, we need to either, figure out where the body is or why there isn't a body, what was done to it. But it sounds like no one's morally at fault here. Everybody did precisely what they were supposed to do. There was an engineering fault, a member of the engineering team went in to sort it out. That created a medical risk to the wider community. The person who had authority to set up a quarantine set up a quarantine. So no one's done anything morally wrong as far as I can tell.
No. There's no evidence, No weapon, not one speck of blood. I'm at a loss, Overseer. Need you to make sense of all this. Sorry I couldn't be of more help.
Oh, flip me, we're doing a murder mystery. I love it. So, yes indeed, no task is too great for the Overseer.
That's good to hear, Overseer. I'll be here if you need me.
I like that this is regularly an option, by the way, because, like, say, back in Fallout 4, you regularly had the option to be sarcastic, which often just meant being a bit of a dick. But in Fallout 76, under the new system, they seem to have added the regular option for you to be needlessly overdramatic, and I approve of that a lot more. So, okay, down to the vault we go, unless, of course, the Overseer herself might have something to, add to the situation.
A vault simulation run by robots. Be prepared for anything.
Nope, she's not getting involved. So, okay, in we go. Robot murder mystery. Let's flippin' figure this out.
Just remember, the goal of all these simulations is to keep the vault running. And under your authority.
Ah, okay. Keep an eye on what the actual objective is there. Thank you for, flagging that, Overseer. Yes, indeed. The point is, the wider community needs to survive. Sacrifices might need to be made in order to preserve the vault as a whole. That's the purpose of the vault. That's the purpose of the experiment. Before we go exploring, let's get some, testimony in. So, who do we want to speak to first? Maybe not the medical people. Let's start off with, the engineering logs. It all started with them, when one of them did the right thing and sorted out the reactor leak. So, hello there, random engineering bots.
Just doing my job, Overseer.
Damn straight you were doing your job, and so was Kellerman. Well done, everybody involved. So, okay, head engineer Brass.
Overseer, huh? We'll see.
And I approve of your hat, by the way. Bonus points for your hat. And, yes, do you have a problem with me? Because you were a bit snippy just then.
Not yet.
Ah, okay. Not very chatty either.
No.
Okay, that's fine. I can work with not chatty. So let's talk about Dr. Loris.
Don't care what security says. Dr. Loris had no right to quarantine the reactor. Leaving Kellerman to die? Murder. That's all there is to it. I want justice, Overseer.
Okay, if she had the right to actually impose a quarantine, like she physically had the authority to do it, and security agrees she did, then I'm sorry, but you're in the wrong here. Let's talk about the assistant, because that's the murder I'm really here to investigate.
Did they tell you how me and my crew scoured every inch of this vault looking for her? Yeah, that's right. Every loose access panel and every vent. You think I wanted anyone else to die? The only one here that cold-blooded is Dr. Loris. He proved that with Kellerman.
Okay, you say that, but I can't be sure that's true. And yes, indeed, the quarantined area itself, nobody's been in there.
Couldn't, could we? Only Loris and his staff have access once an area is quarantined.
Okay, so in theory, if someone was trying to set you up, then killing them and then putting them in there would be an idea. But if there's no blood or anything, except these are robots, so there wouldn't be blood. But, like, as part of the simulation, maybe we'd assume that, like, oil equals blood or something. Look, what do you want me to actually do? Do you want me to arrest her?
No. Half this vault thinks he did the right thing. You do anything to him now, that split will turn violent. I want him exposed. Prove to everyone that he's the bad gear in this vault's engine.
Okay, so no arresting going on, and, charisma nowhere near high enough for any form of, chatty roundy here. So, okay, what's your plan?
Loris put on a good show when he quarantined the reactor area. But what if more happened than folks remember? A few selective edits to the security recordings, and we can make sure everyone sees Loris for what he really is. Now, I can't just waltz into the security office. But you could, being the overseer and all.
Okay, so now you're just overtly talking about lying and doctoring footage in order to expose somebody for doing something they didn't do, that they had the authority to do for the good of the vault, which is what I'm supposed to be overseeing. No, 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 no. This is beneath the office of overseer.
You're out then? Fine. Hope your moral compass doesn't send us all careening off a cliff.
He's laying it on a little thick, but good on you for showing some integrity. There's a better way. We'll find it.
Okay, except, yeah, this is a vault. Sometimes there's not a better way. Sometimes these things just end in tragedy and everybody being dead. That's a possibility. Okay, let's lay it on with the good doctor. Dr. Loris, see what's going on there.
Ah, Overseer. I'm so glad you've stepped into this little mess of ours. I'm sure you'll resolve the matter swiftly.
Oh, Loris has got an evil, evil voice, and yes, you the only doctor.
Oh no, there's a full medical staff. They're bandying about somewhere, as usual.
Yep, right there, in fact. And could I go into the reactor area, please? Because if you try and keep me out, despite the fact I would like to go in as Overseer, I'm going to start getting a bit suspicious.
I'm afraid I can't really comply with that request, Overseer. The reactor is under quarantine. The radiation could kill you.
Okay, but I know what I'm doing. I'm happy to go in. Are you going to try and argue if I insist?
Very well. As long as you take all the necessary precautions. Here.
He did not put up much of a fight, so that's good. That's good right there. Right, back in with you. Let's talk about Brass, because for some reason he's trying to set you up, and it feels like there's more here than just what we've heard, because for him it seems almost personal. Then again, one of his team is dead.
I don't have a feud with Brass. He has a feud with me. I'm only doing my job, Overseer, looking out for the health of the vault. And I'm sorry to say that, in my medical opinion, the chief engineer is suffering from paranoia and revenge fixation. We can't let that fester.
I'm not sure revenge fixation's a real thing, to be perfectly honest. That sounds like that's pretty made up. But, to be honest, I am more inclined to agree with you than him, based on what I'm seeing right now. So, yes indeed. Engineer died. Tell me your side of the story.
Oh, nasty business. But I'm not going to apologize for it. It had to be done. As doctors, we take an oath to do no harm. But sometimes, we have to choose between saving one life or saving several.
I mean, he's not wrong, but are you about to suggest something massively unethical?
Simple. You can authorize me to place the head engineer under medical supervision. A combination of chems and therapy will do the rest. There might be some protest, but I think our combined authority will keep that to a minimum.
Okay, interesting. And that's fine, but I'll potentially agree to it. Let's just talk about how that would be made to happen.
Just take my diagnosis over to the security team and say that you agree with my recommendations. Once any unpleasantness is dealt with, I can guarantee you that the vault will be back to peace and quiet in no time.
Okay, so we got ourselves two people who want us to do something that's potentially morally questionable. But before we do that, time to have a look-see roundy. Just see if we can, find anything that might put these events in a different light. Any logs, any terminals, anything that, might tell us why anybody decided to do any of this. Okay, here's interesting. We got ourselves a maintenance wing right here that we're not allowed to access. If I recall correctly, that might just be the way you used to access the vault, but now, the order of play has changed. That might just be, part of redressing the area. Okay, move through into screening. Nothing in the officers off the main floor as far as I can tell. Alright, nothing I can see here at all, so in which case, reactor key, and be aware we are probably dealing with some rads, so okay, pop that Radex on, that should be absolutely fine. I've got absolutely loads of Radaway, which will not be a problem at all. So, lights on, this is going to be the crucial area. Look for any evidence as to what happened with these individuals. Open the door and be ready for anything. Aha! This used to be how you got into the vault, if I recall correctly. So, military-grade duct tape, I shan't say no. Okay. Interesting thing number one here. No radiation. this area was locked because, yes, it was supposed to be radioactive, but the rads are incredibly low. You have to be basically hugging the reactor to actually get any. Now, based on what we'd heard so far, I would have expected much more severe rads than that. And yeah, Kellerman, but Estella. This could be as simple as Estella was in love with Kellerman, decided to come in here to try and save him, diddly diddly dee. Also, there is a terminal here. Okay, power terminal. Let's just get that hacked nice and quick. Okay, maintenance logs here, but data was corrupted, which is maybe a tiny bit on the suspicious side, all things considered. Okay, let's start off with this tape right here.
This is Estella, Dr. Loris's assistant. I snuck into the reactor to help Kellerman, but there's not enough time. The reactor is going to go critical. I'm dosing Kellerman with enough right away so he can finish fixing it. But the radiation is going to get us. At least the vault will be safe.
Alright, so no crime was committed here at all. The engineer's still going to be annoyed, but there was no revenge killing. That was definitely not true. Estella went missing to save the vault. Good for her. Okay, so neither of them's willing to speak to me again. Instead, we just need to go and, yeah, turn over the tape to Robinson. This should hopefully resolve the situation nice and easy.
Did you have a question, Overseer?
No questions, but I have indeed found Estella. She freely opted to sacrifice herself to save the vault. She was a big damn hero. We'll build a statue. Everyone else needs to chill the flip out.
You found her? Poor lass. I'm guessing she didn't make it. Let's take a listen then. So she wasn't murdered. She was trying to save Kellerman. Two of them ended up saving us all. This is big news, Overseer. We take this to Brass and Loris, it could end the infighting for good.
So, I have a perfect scenario, but I could just say, nah, you know what, I'll just murder them instead. So no, gather them up, we're going to put all this nastiness behind us.
What's this about, Robinson? I have charts to update.
Maybe the Overseers finally decided to throw your murderous backside in jail.
That's enough! The Overseer has discovered what happened to Estella. This holotape proves she went into the quarantined reactor area on her own. She and Kellerman saved the vault.
They work together? Medical and engineering?
Oh, we've been fools, Brass. Bickering like two old men while the young ran off to solve our problems. It should have been us.
I actually agree with you there.
So that's it then? No more arguing? You'll both work under the Overseer's authority?
Yes.
Yeah. It's the right thing to do.
Good job. That's a solution any overseer should be proud for getting to. Everyone learns we have to work together.
Alright, job flipping done. Bit more simple than I would have liked. I would have, you know, appreciated me scouting around a bit, couple of perception checks, a few more logs, figuring it out. But given this is probably supposed to be early to mid-game content, it'll do. It's definitely better than what we got in the base game.
Whew. Simulation is over. I get so nervous, you see. I hope I didn't break character.
Oh, I like how they're now all breaking character and talking as robots again. That's great.
Exam's over. Back to cleaning up, I guess.
Oh, Brass was having fun pretending to be an engineer. Now I feel sad. Still, test complete, and that should presumably make me a graduate. He wants a graduating class. Everybody wins.
Well, it appears you passed the test, barely exceeding my low expectations of you.
Okay, you know what? If he's going to be sarky to me, I'm going to be sarky back to him. Your simulation was dull and uninspired and could have done with more skill checks. 0 stars.
Everyone is a critic. You are lucky. This university does not have a disciplinary program for being a smart-ass You are now an official graduate of Voltec University, entitled to access to the restricted wing. Back down in the vault, simulation space is a maintenance area. It conceals a secondary room that I believe will have what you are looking for.
It was almost good to see you again, Professor Bott.
Yes, Overseer, I suppose it was. Congratulations on one of your residents passing the program. You must be proud.
Actually, I am.
I wonder what she would have said if I'd, like, you know, just started shooting the robots and resolved this in a terrifying, horrible way. Here we go. So that grid I saw earlier, maintenance, I can now go through. Apparently, secret room. It's not that secret, there's a door to it. Oh, we got gutsies though. Right, there's going to be more trouble in here yet, and you're probably going to be using bloody pipe weaponry. Like, not like my pipe weaponry. My pipe weaponry is good, damn it. She's going to be using terrible pipe weaponry. So, okay. Prepare. We got more. Yep, figured as much. That's all absolutely fine. My Furious Revolver will do the job very nicely over there. Lovely. Okay, so now we're in the backstage area, presumably. So, okay. Have a look-see roundy. Figure out what's going on over here. Fine, so it's over in that sort of a direction. So as that's where we're supposed to be going, obviously go there last, do a bit of looting first, ideally find myself a table, need to actually, you know, start breaking down some of this junk I've been finding, and yes indeed, backstage area, cameras, etc. Here we go, secret access panels that lead into the vault itself, fair enough, extra security bots that are being spawned in. Okay, just a storeroom over there. What else do we have here? What am I supposed to be figuring out? That small robot spawning in, by the way. Oh, that's a concern. That's an Assaultron. That is a concern, because I don't have any shotgun ammo with me. And, yeah, shotguns are how you deal with Assaultrons, actually. Okay, that's going to be interesting. All I've got to do is take out its face. If its face breaks, that's it. It's done. So, it's also focusing on the Overseer for the time being. Come on. Come on. Oh, it's got a lot of flipping. Oh, blimey, heck. Yep, I forgot. Those beams, they really flipping hurt. There we go. The head has now popped. And as a result, it doesn't have his laser anymore. He is now very, very screwed. Yeah, at this point he's just trying to melee, which is fine. You can just basically use various bits of scenery to get away from him. This would have been so much easier with a shotgun, by the way. In fact, here's what you do. Once the head laser's broken, he physically can't get to any location that's like a beam. So I'm just going to stand over here and now just take you out with cheap weapons of my choosing, because basically screw you. Okay, turn up for the books. He ran into the vault, and the bloody actor handies took him out, which is, well, bloody done. Okay, back to where we're supposed to be here. What do we have here? Like some form of, I don't know, server room or something. I'll be having a desk fan, thank you. Precious, precious screws. Humans were in here. We got corpses. Okay, what precisely is going on inside the secret area? Turn this on, please, if we can. Possibly we're about to learn something. Aha!
Welcome, esteemed members of Congress and our armed services, to a very special Vault-Tec presentation. Gold. This rarefied metal has been the backbone of trade since time immemorial. And in the event of nuclear war, this precious resource will once again become invaluable to rebuilding America's economic future. That is why Vault-Tec has been commissioned to build a different and very real vault. Named for the atomic number of the metal it will guard, Vault 79 will be the new home for all of America's gold reserves. Fort Knox will secretly be retired and emptied. Its gold bullion transported to the new vault, where it will be safe behind Vault-Tec's security. Biometric recognition to verify authorized personnel. Sophisticated laser grid fields to ward off intruders. And, in the unlikely event of a breach, military-grade defensive turret systems built in partnership with our friends at Robco. All of this, along with Vault-Tec's signature lead-lined containment walls, airtight construction, fusion-powered generators, and automated manufacturing facilities. Vault 79, a golden future for the America we all know and love. Brought to you by Vault-Tec.
Now that's a treasure. Good.
For once, the rumor mill gets it right. There is a treasure in that vault. All of America's gold reserves.
Okay, yeah, but the thing is, gold is not necessarily in the post-apocalypse going to be, like, that useful. Then again, like, the only reason gold is useful is because we all agree it's useful, and also it has other useful properties, such as it's relatively rare, but more keeps being found, but in small enough amounts that it doesn't lead to massive inflation. Okay, maybe I'll do, like, a wider discussion about the economy in the Fallout universe at some point, because some of it's bananas. Yes, what's your take on the importance of gold?
Not as much today, but that's just it. Put aside the base instinct of hoarding wealth. What could we do with a vault full of precious metals?
Well, not a huge amount, to be perfectly honest. Like, you know, if we're just using gold as a way to back a currency, then we could just use anything to back a currency. Like, say, bottle caps, as long as everyone's willing to accept it. But then I suppose, if we're in a period where just about everyone alive is either pre-war or knows somebody who is, then there's a good chance that, yeah, even societies that happen to not choose to use bottle caps, which presumably would be most of them, would intuitively understand gold is intrinsically valuable and thus more trustworthy and reliable as a mechanism against which to back a currency. But if we're just talking about trade rather than actually backing a currency, then I'm not sure that gold is actually that useful. Like, gold doesn't really have any intrinsic value for direct trade. It's just used as a... Never mind, let's discuss this in detail another day. Yes, how about we just swim in it instead?
Just listen as closely as you can. What has gold always been used for in human history? Money.
Not true.
Create our own currency. One with a legitimate authority backed by a real resource. No more barter or wild, unregulated proxies. It won't happen overnight, but one day we could have leverage to create a new economy. Property rights, taxes, laws. A government.
Okay, but hear me out, Overseer, because you're straight up wrong on this one. The best way to start introducing gold as a new currency is to not open the vault and destroy any mention of where it is, because if you have access to a massive stockpile of gold and nobody else has access to basically any gold whatsoever, then how do you think this economy is going to work? Because you're going to be sitting on an effectively, for the sake of anyone you're trading with, infinite volume of a precious metal. So if they ever want to trade gold back to you, well, you don't need gold, because no, this is not going to work in the slightest.
We won't be able to do it alone. We need help. Even more importantly, we need people to buy in. To see that gold as their future. Fortunately, you just made contact with two large groups of people who both seem to have their own talents.
Aha, you want to leverage them as the beginnings of a new society. Okay, and so yeah, settlers could dismantle, raiders could just destroy everything, or what if I just say screw it, we just do it ourselves?
Appalachia isn't just ours anymore. We need people whose talents aren't covered in the Vault-Tec training manuals. Look, talk to them both, see if they can help us. We can plan more once we know what all our options are.
Okay, fair enough. I'm not going to say no, but I'm not convinced by the economics of this. This is yes, I was already vaguely thinking at some point of making a big essay about how the economy is supposed to work in the Fallout universe. 76 Wastelanders will now make a fascinating chapter in that video essay when I get round to it. Okay, back to the crater, because I'm guessing the raiders are going to be really on board with giant pile of gold plan, but on top of that, retirement plan just showed up again for the daily quest. So, okay, that's a fun case of just go up to somebody, then murder. I'll do that while I'm passing by Roxy. Here we go, former raider. So last time we just shot him. What happens if we try and speak to him?
Tell Roxy to do something more productive with her life. Let me live mine.
Alright, so what do we want to do? Perception of 8, hand over some caps, and I'll tell Roxy, somebody's firing over there. Hang on, just need to get my perception up, then I'll be right back for ya. Okay, so, he's dead. Wasn't actually me as did it. It was the gulpers, but, honestly, I'll flip and take it. But yeah, now we know. Perception of 8, you can just persuade them to go and live their life peacefully and lie to Roxy on their behalf. So, there's some script, there's some reputation, there's a handful of caps. Not too much, the reputation is a really slow currency to get moving in the right direction. Alright, so we'll check in with Meg in a second, but the incredibly dapper guy. I want to catch the incredibly dapper guy for a second. Here we go. Gentleman Johnny Weston, what's your deal?
Nice to have a conversation with one of you 76ers. A lot of your people would like nothing better than to wipe us out. Or at least try to. But that would be tough. Just ask Foundation.
Ah, have you two guys already been sort of, at war, by any chance? Though, to be honest, no. Main priority, suit. Good suit. Nice dress shirt.
You like? Finding a tuxedo isn't all that hard these days. A million empty stores around. But keeping it freshly laundered. Now that's my trade secret.
I like Johnny. Johnny's a good egg. So, yeah, you seem a little bit suspicious of, the Vault lot in general.
Maybe a touch of envy. Sounds like you had some sweet digs, while the rest of us, not so much. The other thing is impressed. Considering how different you all are, it's a wonder the Overseer kept you all alive.
Okay, Johnny, I like you. Me and you can be friends. And yes, why haven't you just gone and knocked over Foundation already?
Where's the percentage in it? Say we attack, guns blazing. Best case is we win. And after that, what then? Who do we shake down for caps and food? And I, for one, am not cut out to be a farmer.
That's true. It would be a waste of such a fabulous tuxedo. But yeah, the settlers in general.
I think they're fighting against a basic truth. The world's ended. Civilization, laws, and all that government propaganda is more dead now than it was before the war. Now, the sooner they learn that, the better.
I like Johnny. Johnny's good, but apparently he doesn't have any quests for me, so we'll leave him be for the time being. Okay, Meg, having previously given you free vaccinations, I'm now here to offer you the location of a vault that is literally full of flipping gold.
Looks like your little inoculation worked like a charm. We've established your usefulness, but don't mistake our gratitude for hospitality. Yet here you are. That tells me you're not here just to waste my time. You want something. And it must be important, else you wouldn't be barging in here like you run the place. Out with it.
Okay, here's the deal. I need your help to access a giant vault full of gold, and after you've done all the work opening the vault, I'd like to split the gold with you, and then, use it to set up a civilization that you actively don't want, and you're definitely, 100%, not at that point going to betray me and take all of the gold for yourself, right? Good, 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 good.
Well, if that don't pique my interest, please, go on. What exactly, pray tell, is inside this Vault 79?
So much flipping gold.
This is a fascinating turn of events, ain't it? The things I could buy with that gold.
You couldn't buy anything with that gold!
Of course, the last sucker who tried to use the location of the trove as a bargaining chip is still dangling from a wire outside as we speak. Liars get wires, you dig? So let's pretend for a moment I don't believe you. What you got to convince me?
literally nothing, but I'm getting very tired of the fact that every time I come to you offering spectacularly useful things for free, you actively make me work in order to convince you to accept the gift that I'm offering you. Bloody hell. Right, okay, so, yeah, what would you buy with the gold just out of interest? Because who's actually going to be taking gold? Well, some people take gold. Okay, this is a confusing one, because immediately post-war, maybe some people who are trying to restart civilization would accept gold, but you'd have to be really bloody careful with the gold, because if you've got a treasure trove of gold and no one else has got any gold, you could flood the market and make it effectively worthless almost immediately, because like all currency, it's all a conjuring trick. You introduce too much gold too fast, effectively, you've got no gold whatsoever. Merely the knowledge that you're sitting on that much gold and no one else has got any might be enough to make it unsuitable to be a currency, unless you were deemed to be trustworthy enough to act as a bank, which raiders most definitely wouldn't be. So, okay, let's just go into details here. What would you try and do with the gold?
Use your imagination. Weapons, tech, you name it. But power? That's what I'm interested in. We get all these problems out here. Those Foundation scumbags trespassing on our land. The damn Blood Eagle wannabes. Freaky Mothman cultists. With all that gold, we could have the power to bend all those weak-ass punks to my will. Or wipe them out if they don't lie down and roll over, you dig?
Okay, not 100% positive stuff there. And yes, indeed, with some perception, you guys desperately need the supplies. You can't take the risk of not believing me, in case I decide to, you know, go over to Foundation and they do.
You ain't wrong. Getting into one of them vaults sure would set us up for a while.
And on top of that, yeah, schematics from the VTU.
Shit. You know I could just kill you and take this, right? You got a lot to learn before you can roll with us, 7-6.
I like that she's open about the fact that she's very tempted to just kill me and take all my stuff. It bodes really well for the moment we open the vault and at that point try to start sharing. So, okay, what are we going to do here? Yeah, one thing I haven't said, the location.
Ooh, I like the cut of your jib. Maybe there is hope for you. Toss it up on the board and let's see what you got here.
Alright, we've got ourselves some plans. So, ooh, am I supposed to be potentially, like, you know, talking to Paige before I make a decision? Screw it, raid as it is. In we go. Lovely, and I think I might have just made a choice, potentially. Oh, well. And yeah, we actually do have the plans here. So, entry, admin, quarters, atrium. Fairly, if not excessively large, all things considered. But also, capacity. Like there's going to be more people than just the gold here.
I assume you're coming to me because we got the skills to get into this here vault. But you know, we ain't gonna do this out of the goodness of our hearts, baby doll. Oh, no. I'm gonna expect a significant cut of the goods inside. So we're gonna have ourselves an agreement here, see? I supply the people power. You supply the location. We all get inside, we nab the goods, you get a nice fair little cut, and we all make out like bandits, you dig?
Honestly, seems 100% legit, but let's talk about the cuts.
I don't know, 50% of whatever we take in? Now remember who's gonna do all the heavy lifting in there. If the treasure's half as good as you say, it should be more than enough to set you up for life. And if you impress me enough, maybe you get to roll with us. That is, long as you're cool with people calling you a raider.
Alright, so 50-50. I'd like a bigger cut, please.
Yeah? Well, I'd like my mama back from the dead in a world that ain't burned up like a post-nuclear turkey dinner. We don't always get what we want. Look, I know it ain't what you want to hear, but maybe you get a little bonus if you prove you're worth it, alright? So, first things first. We gotta have a plan to crack that big-ass vault door wide open, right? Easy peasy, light and breezy. That's a job for Lucky Lou, our demo expert. If he can't explode it, then it ain't from this earth. Now, Lou can be a real shut-in, on account of his, skin condition. But I trust him more than just about anybody. Why don't you go see him in his room down below? Introduce yourself. Fill him in on the plan, then do whatever prep work he needs you to do, you dig?
Ah, a ghoul, I'm guessing. Gotcha. Alright, reputation with raiders is, ooh, still cautious, but so bloody close and... Okay, I appear to have made a decision in favour of the raiders. Okay, fair enough, screw the bastards over at Foundation. They were boring, their town was boring. Honestly, I'm happy being on Team Raider. Except hang on, the quest may be done, but I can still talk to Paige about 79 if I want to. Well, may as well see if, you know, just in theory, they might have a better offer for me. Just, you know, so I know what I've turned down here. But first, Lou, I'm gonna guess that you are... I'm gonna guess you've naffed off. Gone forever, don't come looking, I ain't gonna be an eyesore around here. Already told Fisher he's got a claim to all my stuff. Rest of you can fight over the scraps. Alright, Lou's naffed off, and Fisher. Fisher was apparently his friend, so logically, that'd be who we want to speak to next. Okay, we've got a terminal here, so if I had skill of 3 in, yeah, the various hacking skills, I could just open that up. I'm pretty sure I do not, so I've got to convince him to give me access, or just give me the information.
You're the new gal, aren't you? I seen you talking with Meg and poking around. What brings you to me?
We need to have a chat about Lou. So, yes indeed, Lou took off, mentioned you.
Lou, huh? I didn't know he was gone.
You better watch
Maybe
it.
he was just tired of being cooped up in that hole of his and went for some fresh air.
Okay, now that was definitely not a very convincing line right there. In fact, I'm starting to suspect you've killed him or something, or got rid of him in some capacity in order to get hold of his stuff. Now, charisma or strength would get this sorted out. Okay, hang on. Strength. I've got pretty good strength, actually. If I just do a quick... Yeah, psycho buff. That'll do the job right there. Let's have that conversation again.
So much work to do. And do I get any thanks? Well, I do. But I could use more.
So, what if I was strong enough to punch you in the face a bit?
Okay. You got me. I confess. I intentionally misled you. But it's not what you think. I had to do it. I promised Lou I would try to throw people off his trail if they came looking for him. I was hoping he'd come to his senses, return by now, and this wouldn't be necessary. Truth is, I'm worried. When he left, he was more glum than usual. Like something was weighing heavy on his mind.
Okay, so what happened? Yeah, anything bad happened to him recently?
Nothing I'm aware of. Nothing truly bad ever seems to happen to him. In fact, if I was still a religious man, I would say God watches over him and has special plans for Lou here on this earth. Lou's one of the luckiest men alive. He's over 95 years old, and still fit as a fiddle. Sharp as a tack. I've witnessed over a dozen times where something should have rightly killed any normal man. But not Lou.
Yeah, but that's because he's like a zombie. So, you know, he probably considers that a fairly bad thing and slightly unlucky. So, yeah, if he was so lucky doing so well, etc., why leave?
To be honest, I don't know. He came to see me before he left. I was busy working and only half listening. But I think he said something about feeling like a burden. He's never been a burden on anyone. He gives to himself and does more than his fair share of work.
Okay, so no obvious clues here. Where could he have gone?
Not exactly. But I did send out a friend of mine to go find him, just before you showed up. She's a tracker. Best I've ever known. Unfortunately, she hasn't come back yet. Might be she's having trouble getting Lou to see eye to eye. My friend's not the best conversationalist, and Lou's stubborn. Maybe you can go and mediate. Talk some sense into old Lou.
Alright, gotta go find ourselves a very lucky, but also slightly depressed ghoul of the raider lot. Fair enough, that sounds fun, but still need to know a location.
Oh, right. Pardon me. Since my tracker buddy went off alone, I rigged up a tracking beacon I could use to find her. just in case you ran into trouble and, wasn't able to make it back. I don't think that's the case here, but fair warning, this might lead you to a dead end. In which case, I'm sorry. You can use your Pip-Boy to track the beacon's radio signal. The closer you are, the more it will beep. It should get you to where you need to be.
Alright, we got ourselves a destination, but, yeah, the terminal. Potentially, if I could hack the terminal, I might be able to know more about what was going on, but I don't want 100% trust Fisheries, being a little bit, too polite. Here we go, somewhere down south, and I'm gonna guess, yeah, it's time to go into that mine we found when I was doing the What's New in West Virginia mission. He's gonna be right in that mine there, and we'll use the little intercom thingy to have a chat, persuade him to let us inside. Yep, precisely as I suspected. The signal is getting louder as we get closer to the door. And now this starts making some sense, because we heard from down below, rumbling and explosions, Lou's a demo expert, and why the door's locked, Lou wants to be left alone. Now, you'll be the tracker. Let's figure out what you know.
Hello? I was not expecting anyone.
What? Hang on, what's going on here? Right, do you have like an automatic voice box? Is that what that collar thing's doing? Because this is not what I was expecting, precisely.
I am Weasel. I am here to find a friend, Lou.
Okay, I guess so. So, no, that'd be a bit rude. Okay, she's got an artificial voice box, it's A-okay. We need to find Lou, what's going on here?
Lou is deep inside the mine, but he does not want to be found, and it is dangerous to go alone. We can find him together. You lead, I will follow.
Okay, that seems eminently reasonable. Let's do that. Okay, step one, we need to talk our way inside. But if he doesn't want to be found, then how are we gonna get through the door?
This better be good.
And, hello there, Lou. And no, don't attempt to turn down the Hermitage. That's very, very rude indeed. So, I need to speak with you, Lou. That's a good opening.
No thanks. Now get out of here. Don't want you buried near me. If I don't have no choice, then fine.
Ah, are you planning to bring down the whole place to seal yourself inside?
I mean what I said. I'm sealing me in here, and I ain't leaving nothing to chance. Caves are rigged to collapse, and if the explosions don't kill you, the cave-in sure will. So get out of here, or I'm bringing down the rock on you too.
Okay, but what's going on here? Like, okay, you're very old, you've seen a lot, you've had a difficult life, so fair enough, you might want it to be over, but cave-in, that's needlessly over the top, isn't it?
I feel like yins are just gonna say it anyway, so go on.
And can we actually persuade you to do anything? Yeah, can we talk about this face to face?
Now listen up. I don't want to talk, because I don't want you hurt. I rigged this place to blow, and you being here has put a royal wrench in my plans. Now, you can try to get here to me before I get this son of a bitch detonator working, or you can kind of screw off and get out alive. I don't recommend anything in between. Now, if you excuse me, I'm busy.
Alright, he ain't opening the door, so how are we gonna get in that way?
Lou shut it tight. But come look at this.
Ah, sideways presumably now opened that wasn't open previously, because this was blocked off when I came here last time. And, what have we got? Aha! New way through, I'm guessing.
It looks like there is a way through. We could exclaim, expose, destroy it with Big Boom and go to the other side.
Alright, so that all seems reasonable, but, yeah, explosives. You probably know what you're doing, let's give it a go. Do you need me to provide the explosives, by the way? Because I've got grenades and stuff.
I have done this kind of work with Lou before. Stand back. I will set up the Big Boom.
Alright, stand back indeed. She's gonna do a big boom of some description. Hopefully she vaguely knows what she's doing. You know, just hopefully anyway.
Stand back, or you will die.
I like Weasel. Weasel's good. Let's be further back just in case. How about, yeah, this far back should do the job. That's gotta be good enough, right? And anytime you're ready, Weasel. You know what, Weasel? Good call. I'll go murder whatever's in here. Unless it's Lou, in which case, no, I won't. Ooh, cricket! Don't think I've seen you for quite a flipping long time. Only level 15, though. Let's go over to Pipe Revolver. That should be fine, especially with help. But yeah, I'm walking into a flipping nest here, and ooh, not just a nest. Okay, something the far side. A chair, but with, a suicide chair, I'm guessing.
Did Lou make this? It looks like a machine to kill himself. It looks like it did not work.
I'm gonna try sitting in the seat anyway. And I mean, it's beeping. Is it gonna shoot me? Well, I'm not dead yet. Maybe he's just really, really terrible at killing himself. Lucky Lou. So lucky, he's consistently failed to take his own life. Okay, that's bloody dark, but okay. Aha, and this explains why he chose to take his own life. He started running into some ferals in the mine. And once he realised that there was a possibility he himself might go feral over time, yeah, he decided to take his own way out, which is fair enough if the alternative is maybe turning into a flesh-eating zombie. Deeper and deeper, I suppose. Let's figure out what's going on here. And speaking of which, we got ourselves another Skyrim door. I'm guessing we're looping round the long way to get to this. Alright, in we go this direction then. And, oh, we got ourselves flipping mole rats. Okay, that's absolutely fine. They're very low level. And free source of food, quite frankly. Okay, losing that direction, so could honestly be either way. This is laser. Just a laser. Generic laser. I'll take some fusion cells. This way is a dead end. Alright, keep on keeping on. There's got to be feral ghouls down here, because he did specifically say he found ferals in the mine. That was what made him make his decision. Here we go, another note from Lou here. Finally stop the turrets in the next room from firing on every random critter that runs by. Now they'll only activate when I push a red button. I'll be leaving on my own terms, not some damned rats. Okay, he tried to repair some turrets so he could push a button that would lead
Sounds
to...
like a bog crawler ahead. And it looks like Lou made another self-killing trap. Maybe you can use it against the creature.
Yes, indeed. Push red button when fog crawler in room. I see the turrets and I see the fog crawler. Level 75. Okay, that's not a joke. That's not a joke at all. So he's in the middle of the turrets right now. Turn the light off, please. I've got to find myself a red button. So, okay. I see the wires. They're all going into the centre over there. But where, pray tell, is the button? I need to find a wire that's going away from all of this stuff. Because, yeah, I see all of this. I just don't see the button in question. Where's the control panel? Well, there's a little shack over there. That seems like a good candidate. So, okay, just sneak around the back over here. Doesn't seem to be detecting me. Keep the light off. Alright, there we go. Everything's under control. Now we just want to sneak in here, turn on the lights, and then, even though I'm low on shells, it's gotta be shotgun time. Alright, now where's big red button, or is it the terminal? Could just be the terminal. Lose engineering notes. No, not notes. I need a big red button. Where's a big red button? Because time doesn't freeze just by reading a terminal, because this is all online and whatnot. There is a safe here with 3. Okay, 3 I can do. Alright, just need to take off some of my archer perks for a second. I've got lockpicking. Whatever's in here might be relevant. Alright, got it, and... no. 2 plasma grenades. Useless. I'm guessing it can't see through windows, but it's still rather unnerving to... oh, flip me. I got a bit too close to it. Okay, this is fine. This is fine. This is fine. No, do not get spotted by it. That's right. Where is it now? Where is it now? Is it in the room? It's not. It's not in the room. Oh, wait. No. No, no, no. It's going around the back. Everything's under control. Oh, red button. Hang on, I found the red button. I found the red button. Okay, so how about we just very quickly push red button and then run. Alright, now we run. And we're in danger technically, but that is a-okay. And good damage is being done there. Okay, now we just basically run. Now we just basically run and lead it in a big old circle. Weasel, Weasel, I wouldn't recommend what you're thinking of right now. Go for the legs or the tail. It does have a tail. Okay, its legs have definitely been crippled. That's going to slow it down a lot. Seriously, Enforce is the most insanely overpowered perk. Is Weasel dead, by the way? Weasel looks pretty dead. No, Weasel is immortal. Good, good, good. Right, so you are dead, dead. They seem to have run out of steam, which is positive, but he ain't going anywhere for the time being, so now we can just, yeah, soften him up. If need be, run into the shack behind me, because I suspect he can't fit through the door. So that will do very nicely. Good old fog crawlers. I like fog crawlers. Fun design. But seriously, Enforcer is just ridiculously good. Just, you know, automatically cripple any enemy's legs. So many enemies are just hard countered by it. Right, he goes down. I'll be taking some lovely, lovely junk and whatnot. Are you guys all deactivated now, by the way? Well, you're not attacking me, so that's nice. And yeah, the turrets almost immediately broke down and round the back. Turrets that previously broke down when he tried to use them to kill himself. Now this is the sort of pitch black humor I want in my Fallout games, damn it. Okay, next up, door needs terminal. Terminal's not locked, no problem. Open that up. I'm guessing that's just, yeah, slow down the door opening so you can't just, like, you know, rush straight past the fog crawler. By the way, you can just die. Oh, they're creepy, the crickets. Flipping creepy. Still, we're getting closer, moving vaguely in the right direction. Oh, yeah, he's trying to bring the whole place down. We know. And nothing yet, but why is there like a fake house yet? All the computer crap was too finicky. New plan, death by heavy machinery. He's gonna build a chamber. Okay, but when he tried to do it, yeah, the earthquakes kept causing trouble for him. So, alright, am I causing them somehow? Okay, he's built some sort of crushing death chamber. That's fun. Okay, open the door. Yep, there we go. I don't trust this room. Oh, it's a proper spiky crushing ceiling. Okay, that's fun. But there's no way for me to get up ahead of time. Because, yeah, Lou might be lucky, but then hang on. Yes, you are, John. You are definitely very much lucky. Look at your special. 16 luck, alright. I'm the second luckiest person in this entire bloody state after Lou himself. Now, am I about to die? Possible. Yeah. Slight issue here. Okay, goodbye world. And then, oh, never mind. Earthquake. Ah! And then I fell through. See? Lucky as Lou, right flipping there. And down over here we got ourselves frogs. Okay, I'm pretty sure they don't actually ever attack you. They're cute, the frogs in this game. The little electro frogs. You can shoot them, and they actually generate uranium ore, which is actually quite useful. Together with frogs' eggs, which is not terrible for eating. But yeah, for the most part, they just sort of run away. They're cute, the frogs. I like the frogs. They're a very cute touch. Small problems, mind. Death Skull Rad Scorpion. Okay, gotta do some crippling there and stay on the move because they can burrow, same as mole rats. Be ready to jump into the water if need be. There you. Oh, blimey. Okay, that was unexpected. Right, so that's you a little bit on the crippled side. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. You can just actually be like crippled all the flip over actually. Including the damn tail. There you go. You should be pretty well screwed right now. That's just a frog over there. Pull out the Furious. I think you're partly stuck in the ground, actually. Down you go. Lovely. Right, so we're dealing with tougher enemies, because everything these days is instanced, meaning, yeah, I can't rely on low-level enemies just because this is a lower-level quest in a lower-level area. Everything's instanced, so problems. Alright, there's an up and a down. And Lou is on the same level as me, but... Oh! Ow! Okay, well that just... Where the hell did you come from? I don't know, but now you're here. And go for the Stinger, please. Let's just take that thing out. Yep, there we go. Stinger has been crippled. Not sure if that means it can sting or not. I think it can't, which is... What the... Oh, bloody hell, there's more yet, though. Down to 11 shotgun shells. This is not what I wanted to see. Okay, you know what? No, save it for emergencies like legendaries or something. They're going to be popping up sooner or later. Where are ya? Okay. Why aren't they popping up again? I like Weasel. Weasel's great. Okay, I think we got them, though I am now officially completely out of, shotgun ammo, which is a shame, because that means if more of them show up... No! Sorry, one of you's down over here, but without a stinger, you ain't got too much going on. Good, 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 good. And also, you seem to have sort of, glitched out. Fallout 76 is still, you know, not perfect. Big improvement, but definitely not perfect. Aha! I recognize a wall that Weasel needs to blow up, I'm guessing. You destroy that, please. That's why the Scorpions needs to die, so Weasel had some free time to do the explosives. Alright, through the exploded bit and trees. Underground trees and mining equipment. No sign of trouble mined. Alright, trees down here is of interest, and... Okay, thank goodness, it's just crickets now. I think we're done with the bloody Scorpions. In fact, we're getting very close to our target.
I hear Lou working up ahead. I will stay here. You should be the one to handle this part.
Alright, fair enough, Weasel. Here we go. So, some elaborate new flipping death mechanism. Got it. So, what are you planning, my friend? And music. He's playing some music. Alright, Lou. Me and you have to have a chat. I'm going to put my gun away, though admittedly it's probably a rather... Ooh. Okay, so I could just do something immediately.
So, you think you're all sneaking at? Well, you're not, Jagoff. I see yous. You better be ready to explain what you're thinking.
I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't really trying to sneak about, though I could have just pulled that breaker, and potentially, if that is, electro-zappy thing. So I'm guessing one of the options is, I could agree to kill him in return for the information. It's bloody dark, but it sounds like an option.
Okay, I'm listening. You gone through all the trouble and that to get here. Oh, I'd have to stop an old man from off himself. What do you want?
I cannot place his accent, but it's fascinating. So, yes indeed. Wouldn't have braved your death traps if I didn't need your help.
I get you. But I got a good reason to do what I'm doing. In case it ain't obvious. I'm one of them rad-soaked ghouls. Been that way going on 25 years. Ain't no way to live. Killing myself's the only way to keep people safe. Of course, that's harder than you'd think.
Is he supposed to be South African? Is that a South African accent ghoul? Because I think it might be. So, yes indeed. And I'm guessing you're worried you're going to go feral.
You see them fears, right? Only a matter of time before I'm one of them. I don't want to kill nobody who ain't got a good reason to be killed. It's bad enough I look like a monster. It's a whole nother thing to kill just 'cause something moved.
And yes indeed, we're not really sure that's true. Because certainly in Fallout games set a long time into the future, pre-war ghouls who have kept their minds are still definitely around. Now, some ghouls can go a bit feral, some not. There doesn't seem to really be a way of telling who's going to go in what direction. But yeah, Raiders, you're supposed to be working with them.
That's different. We don't kill nobody for no reason. We offer mercy. We let people join up. We ain't as bad as you think. We give them a choice. And we only kill if we need to. It's about survival. Not killing because we feel like it.
Yeah, but on the other hand, you don't always do that, do you? Because others have been specifically flagging to me, you deliberately let some people do the work so you can then go and steal from them. So, Foundation doesn't get a choice to join up, you're just going to keep leeching off them forever. But yeah, I understand vaguely where you're coming from at least.
It ain't the kind of life I'd wish on nobody.
So, I imagine that this was, yes, a difficult decision given you're 95, so we've heard.
That ain't what I mean. I mean literally. Physically, I can't seem to do it. You've seen the setups I got here. All designed to be foolproof death traps. None of them worked. Always something managed to go wrong. So I figure with this last one, worst case scenario, I get buried alive and can't do no harm to nobody. No backing out of it. I tell you, my luck ain't a blessing. It's a curse.
Yeah, but it's really, really good when it comes to high crit builds. Those are amazing. So, yeah. What are we going to say to this guy? Because, okay, if he wants to die, I'm not going to actively stand in his way, but we kind of do need his help, to be perfectly honest. So, yeah, based on your luck, if you really believe in that, then what's the point of even trying this? It'll just fail too.
Ian's probably right, but I gotta try. Like I said, at least this way, I put myself away in a tomb I can't get out of, and on my own terms.
Okay, so, yeah, you are not mindless at all, and we don't know for certain you're going to become one.
Not yet. How do you think those ferals get that way? All I know is I can't be around people when that happens. Best to seal myself away.
I mean, there's something very noble about his intentions here. He just wants to be sure he won't accidentally hurt people in future. So, yeah, very noble. But by doing this, you're denying people help that they need right now.
Yeah, I know. I'm a regular softy. Nice that people need me. But you don't understand. This unnatural walking corpse of a body. It ain't no way to live. Say I go back with Ian's to help. What happens if I change for the worse and end up killing others? Then what happens if people have trouble putting me down? So I end up killing them all. What then?
This is fascinating stuff here, and yeah, this is another good reason why it's actually kind of fun to have a story in the Fallout universe set so soon after the bombs fell, because ghouls that we encountered in later Fallout games, they've mostly had time to just come to terms with what they are. Other people might treat them like a monster, but they themselves are comfortable with who and what they are, for the most part. But Lou, this is a guy who's basically experiencing body horror. He hates himself, he hates his own form. He hasn't come to terms with what he is yet, and I can't remember another example of that in the Fallout franchise, which is really cool. It's a cool story. So, I mean, what do we need to do here? I don't think that's likely. If you've made it to 95 without going feral, maybe you don't at all.
Yeah, well, I don't like taking chances. That's why I work with explosives. So, here's the deal. If I do this job for you, you gotta help me off myself after it's done. It's gotta be you. I don't want nobody else knowing about this.
Okay, interesting. So, I could just agree to help him end his life, or I could try and actually convince him to live. Okay, this is another really interesting quest, because I don't know what the right thing to do is. I mean, he's got the right to choose to die if that's what he wants to do, and if he's just got this weird luck, and luck does literally exist in the Fallout universe. Every character's got a luck stat, which technically they're not aware of the luck stat, except it does actually say it on the Pip-Boy, suggesting it is a measurable thing. And is luck actually, like, real in the... Oh, this is... Okay, I don't know to what extent that's, like, meta versus people are actually aware of it. But, like, you know, he could be a character with unnaturally high luck. That is entirely possible. So, okay. You know what? If that's what you want, and he's had a lot of time to think about this, like, this isn't just some random decision he's come to now. He's had a lot of time when he's been building these traps to think about what he wants. If that's what he wants, I'm willing to facilitate it. Alright, I'm not going to stand in his way, but while we're working on this job together, I'm going to try and convince him to change his mind. But if he has genuinely thought about this, and I'm convinced he is making an informed decision that he is comfortable with, I won't stand in his way, and I'll help him if that's what he still wants after we're done.
Then you've got a deal. I'll be counting on you. Remember, not a word to the others about what I was out here doing or why. Not even Fisher. Don't want him thinking less of me. And I don't want to cause any fright. Nah. Let's hear about this jaw.
Okay, so laser grid needs to be got past, and then presumably massive vault door needs to be blown up.
Yins want to blast our way into a vault? Sounds crazy, but I can do it. I'm in. You go on ahead back to Crater. I gotta get things in order around here, so nothing happens to it while I'm gone. Meet you there.
Alright, job done. Very, very nice indeed. Ah, but there's going to be more with this guy yet, because there's another little intercom we haven't used here. So, I'm guessing, yeah, there's going to be more with him in future. And there we go, front door is open, and I forgot to pick up Weasel. Was I supposed to go back and pick up Weasel after we were done? Because I didn't, I just left without Weasel. I'm sure Weasel's fine. Alright, Meg, I've got us a demo expert.
Hey, 7-6. Took you long enough to come back. You get Lou on board with the plan?
Yep, couple of strings attached, but he is willing to do it.
Okay, good. Lou's our way in the front door, so I don't know how we do it without him. Alright, so I've been thinking about those plans. Place is secure as hell. Once Lou gets us inside, I'm sure we're gonna meet resistance. Ain't gonna just bowl over and let us loot, so we're gonna need the big guns. For that, we need Gale. Gale's the big green mutant gal you may have seen around, always hanging out with her little girl, Ra-Ra. Ever since Ra-Ra met up with Gale in the wilderness, they've been impossible to separate. So, just saying, you may have to convince Ra-Ra to let Gale come with us. Good luck, 7-6.
Alright, so the right weapons. But also on top of that, we have previously seen... Oh! Even more reputation increased! So we've actually gone up to a new level! Boom! So I've gone from cautious to neutral, and got myself a few bits and pieces too. So, Ra-Ra and Gale need to be recruited for the heist, but... can't help but notice, lack of Ra-Ra. I'm guessing the girl's gone missing. So, we'll pick up with fun and games next time. Instead, I want to make a little trip over to, Foundation, to have a chat with Paige, because I just want to check whether I've completely burnt my bridges with them or not. Okay, over at Foundation, nobody's shooting me on sight. That's a good start. Okay, here we go, Paige, and how honest are we gonna be about how we're working with the raiders? So, just in theory, what if I want to hire your guys to break into a vault?
We're usually in the build, not break business. But sometimes you gotta demolish an old space, so... maybe. Why? Which vault are you talking about?
Ooh, I don't know how open I want to be with these guys, but screw it, let's just be open with both of them. Here's the blueprint, which apparently I have like 2 copies of.
Huh. Oh, I see. Interesting. Client was obviously paranoid about security. Lasers, turrets, super thick walls. This is about that treasure, isn't it? So it's not bull after all. It's in this vault, and you want us to help you get it.
To be honest, not so much, but you know, I'm vaguely interested in keeping my options open, at least for the time being. And yeah, let's just talk about, the cut here. So, I'm in charge, you get a cut, but are you maybe going to offer me more than the raiders are?
I can think of a few ways that gold could help us. So you just need someone to do a job, huh? Yeah, we know the drill. Long as we get paid, we won't have any problems. But let's talk practical before we sign on. The demo work for bringing down a vault needs serious equipment.
Aha, so he's got himself a little quest for me to get equipment too, just like we just went and got that ghoul guy. But, yeah, let's talk about what you think the gold could do.
It could be used to barter for all kinds of things we need. Supplies, better defenses, materials to build and expand. We could get a real foothold here, not just for today, but for the future.
I mean, it does sound like he's making a more reasonable and less overtly evil offer than the Raiders, but I kind of want to go down the overtly evil path. That sounds fun. So, yeah, I'm guessing if I go get you some equipment from somewhere, you're on board.
Yeah, well, I mean, we could start thinking about the rest of this nonsense. Laser tripwires? How the hell are we gonna handle that? Oh well, one thing at a time. You get us a big enough drill, we can find the right spot to hit. Every structure's got its weak point.
He's not sounding that confident. Like, you know, I feel like some of these guys might be able to tear off the door, but once you're done tearing off the door, they've got no idea what to do. Meg, at least, is doing a good job pretending she's got a plan. Aha, and yes indeed, because I've already done the Hornwright quest from the base game, the Motherlode drill, I've already seen it.
That's, the mining conglomerate, right? Yeah, that might just work. I'll start talking to folks about how we can crack the rest. You keep up your end, we might just be in business.
Okay, I'm not a fan of the fact that he's now started saying, hey, go and get us the massive drill first, and then we might be in business. No. We're signing on the dotted line before I'm bothering to get you the bloody drill, mates. And yes, indeed, Hornwright, I've already been in there. It's just a question of, yeah, getting the drill from the top floor. I've already got the access card, so I can go and do that in a matter of seconds. Still, I would say, ladies and gentlemen, that is enough for now. We now know what we're doing. We're breaking into Vault 79 for some gold. Admittedly, we kind of already knew that. But now we know it for certain. We've seen an educational film and everything. And that means next time we need to, yeah, head back up to the crater, speak to Gale, figure out where Rara's gone, because I'm guessing your adopted daughter or something has gone missing, so we need to sort that out. And as for the drill, well, fortunately, we've already got the access key cards we need for that. So we should just be able to stroll over there, sort that out, help myself to a big old pile of XP reputation diddly-diddly-dee. Because doesn't hurt to have both factions on side, at least until the moment where I have to pick one or the other. I know that's happening at some point, but not just yet. For now, we can keep playing them off against each other. So, more to come very, very soon indeed, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm not going to deny I'm impressed. This just keeps impressing me. Not just some of the new quests that are, you know, much more in the vein of skill checks and interesting environments and whatever. And I will say that massive fog crawler little mini-boss together with all of the turrets, that was fun. That was some good stuff right there. But also, the script and the voice acting of the characters just seem such a step up from what we've seen from Fallout in recent years. Both Lou and Weasel were great fun during that last quest. And yeah, someone who's trying to kill themselves but is too lucky to pull it off. That's a level of dark, like really dark, like pitch black humour I'd have expected from something like Fallout 2, because yeah, old Fallout, that was when the tone of Fallout was set as pitch black comedy, and Wastelanders is embracing that legacy, which is really good because we didn't get much of that in, say, Fallout 4, so okay, 76, you're starting to impress me right now, so bit more of a deep dive coming up very, very soon indeed. But in the meantime, I'm Big John, this has been many a true nerd, and this has been Fallout 76 with Wastelanders. Thank you very much, and goodbye. We have got a gate key here, and then we have got... I've made a mistake, I've made a mistake, I've made a mistake, I've made a mistake! This is going to take all of my skill and cunning as a hunter to sort out... Die, you mooing bastards! Die! Die! Go away. Go away, nobody likes you. That was a good idea till it wasn't.